Imagine a pride celebration so small, it's almost a secret. Shh. Welcome to Morgantown, West Virginia, home to the smallest pride in America. However, life here isn't always as inclusive as we would hope. For many in the LGBTQ+ community, living here means facing daily challenges and prejudice. Yet, even in the face of adversity, this community stands strong, celebrating their pride and fighting for acceptance.
Can you introduce yourself and where you live?
Yes, my name is Dustin Blankenship. I live in Granville, West Virginia, but more widely known as the Morgantown area of West Virginia. There's not a lot going on here. It's quiet. I think the issues with this area tend to be that there's still a significant number of people who still live in the past. Everyone in West Virginia has a gay neighbor, but not everyone in West Virginia wants to talk about the fact that they have a gay neighbor. There's a pride parade this evening in Morgantown that a number of people will attend, but it's still a very small pride parade. I mean, if you compare it especially to the larger cities in America, there still is a lot of pushback. I actually think it'll probably be a rude awakening for you to see just how small this town is.
The parade's starting in about 20 minutes here, so we're gonna go and see the full lineup. This is the entire parade. Let's see how big this pride actually is. All right, so as soon as we take this left here, we're gonna see basically the entire pride parade. It's the whole thing.
My name is Ash Orr. My pronouns are he and they. I am the president for Morgantown Pride, as well as the press relations manager for the National Center for Transgender Equality. And I am from Morgantown, West Virginia, but I have been in West Virginia born and raised, so my whole life.
Would you say the town is accepting with LGBTQ+ and queer people? How do you feel?
Yeah, so the city itself is very inclusive of the queer and trans community. You know, we have a lot of ordinances in place, such as the non-discrimination ordinance. So I would say within the city itself, it's incredibly inclusive. Now, when you start to move outside of the city, that is where things kind of become hit or miss.
So this is pretty much the entire Pride Parade here. Right down to the end of the block there. Let's just walk down and see a little. This is it, Morgantown Pride. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's like 12 cars here. That's the entire parade. Can't wait to talk to some of these people and see what they have to say about Pride.
So last weekend, or sometime over the last week, Huntington, West Virginia, which is one of the other larger communities in West Virginia, they painted a display in the center of town, featured a rainbow globe, and then each of the crosswalks were also rainbow. It was getting a lot of attention online, both positive and negative, probably a little more negative than positive given that area. And one of the gentlemen who had been posting on a local kind of talk radio page had said, you know, be funny if someone did a will out there, or burnout I should say, and he then proceeded to go do said burnout in the middle of the crosswalk. Unfortunately, when you log onto the internet later tonight and you go to the social media, you'll see all of the hate that spews. But the good thing is this community, we don't tend to see it in person, but we do tend to see it a lot on social media. People love being keyboard warriors.
You know, conversion therapy is still a very cruel practice that is happening in the state of West Virginia, as well as other states throughout the country. You know, I'm somebody who went through conversion therapy as a youth, and it was very traumatic. And I never want anyone to go through what I went through. I'm on the Morgantown Human Rights Commission. If there's a way for us to stop this, I want us to work on that. So we were able to work with our elected officials to create an ordinance that prohibits the practice of conversion therapy within city limits. And once that passed, we did shut down a few clinics here in Morgantown that were practicing conversion therapy. So It was a personal thing for me, but also I wanted my community to remain safe, to not be subjected to this cruel practice. So it was wonderful having our elected representatives on board and understanding the severity of that practice and why it needed to be banned.
I was bad, I didn't even bring a flag, so I'm gonna go ask for one. Let's go. Excuse me, could I get a flag? Thank you so much. Love it. Okay, we got it.
Hey, my name is Thomas. I'm walking with the Morgantown Beauty College.
Is this your first time attending this Pride?
Yes, it is.
Do you live in Morgantown?
Yep, I live in Morgantown. I have for about 4 years now.
Have you been to any other Prides?
No, this is my first one, actually.
First ever Pride?
Yep.
Oh, wow, okay. What are you excited for the most?
I'm just excited to support the community.
Yeah, my name's Bastian. I work here at the Public Defender's Office in Morgantown.
Is this your first year at the Pride here?
Well, I came last year, but last year we didn't actually get to have the parade.
Oh no, what happened?
So I don't understand exactly what happened, but they couldn't get any workers to work it for us. I think that there were probably people willing to do it, but for some reason no one could work it for us that day and it got canceled. But since everyone was kind of already together, we walked down the streets together, you know, and we kind of just made it known that we were here, and we all joined at like the 123 in the collective next door. So it was nice, but sad that it had to be like that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you're really bringing it back to its roots, kind of, though, like,
Yeah, that's what it's like.
the protests. So what's your hope for this Pride going forward?
West Virginia queerness and pride is here, and we've always been here, but we haven't always been able to get together. So I hope that we can just see each other more, get together more, make more plans, and communicate with each other.
My name is Jeffrey Shears. I am the Mr. Rainbow Pride of West Virginia for 2024.
Can you tell me your favorite memory of Pride here from past years?
Honestly, my favorite memory is just being with everybody, being a sense of community, and really, I think it's more of a family than a community. So, the only really scary, sad things that we've had is just hecklers, you know, people being rude, you know, spitting on you and things like that, but nothing like too threatening or that awfully that scary.
Oh my God, spitting on you?
Oh, yeah, it's happened before.
All right, can you introduce yourself?
Trophy.
So is this your first time at the Pride here?
Yes.
First time, got it. Okay, nice. What are you most excited for?
I'm excited to be out with my friends and in the community in the sunlight. It's beautiful.
I love that. Do you hope this Pride event could get bigger than it is now?
Oh, I think they could always get bigger.
Do you ever wish you lived somewhere else, or are you proud of your town?
That's a wonderful question. I think about that often. Do I wish I lived somewhere else? There are days when I do. And there was a time when I tried that and I moved. But there's something special about these hills. There's a quote by John F. Kennedy. He did a poverty tour around the United States when he ran for president, and he came through southern West Virginia down in Logan County, and he made the statement, the sun does not always shine on West Virginia, but the people do. And that's the reason why, yes, I'm incredibly proud of this community, of this town, because of the people. The people are what brought me back, and the people are what bring young people back every day as we have the struggle to stay in this state. There may be a struggle to stay, but the people are what keep us here.
My name is Erica Kalinich, and I am from Buchanan, West Virginia.
So what are you most excited about for the Pride tonight?
Just meeting people. Normally when I go to a Pride event, it is one of the friendliest events I go to. You know, running for office is hard. People are rude, people are mean, people are nasty to you, and it's just one of the events that I can go to where everybody's generally nice, which is a breath of fresh air. So that's what I look forward to.
All right, so we can actually see the front of the parade right there, right up at the tip right there. It actually looks like a pretty good crowd turned out. I would say maybe like 300 people, which is pretty good. So I've actually never seen this in a Pride. They instantly let all the traffic in, like right behind everyone. So they're trying to like kind of rush the parade here, but you know, we're gonna go slow and we're gonna enjoy our Pride. The Pride Parade was tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me about it?
Yes, so you know the Pride Parade, it was a beautiful event. We did run into some snags. We had an officer who was just not willing to understand our permit. It said 7 o'clock, not 6 o'clock, and he was You know, he became hostile with my spouse, with myself, and a few other board members when we tried to explain, you know, our route starts at 7. We don't want to start this parade any earlier because that's what this permit says, it's 7 o'clock. And it was during that time that he said if we did not start at 6, he was going to start picking up cones, he was going to start letting traffic come back through. And sure enough, he did. By 6:05, he was gone. Just at that point, you know, I was calling my friend on the city council, who's also our vice president of Pride. He was contacting the city assistant manager, he was contacting the police, and we were able to get an escort to still make the parade happen. But I was fully prepared this evening to have this parade with or without them. I was ready to get arrested because, you know, we followed the rules. We signed up for this parade, we had our permit, and tonight was about queer and trans collective joy, and I was not going to let anybody take that away from us.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh
my God, hey.
It's an honor to meet you.
Honor to meet you.
How are you doing in Morgantown? Yeah.
I came here because I was trying to find like a really small pride that I could go to, so
Okay.
I ended up finding this. Yeah, just,
Amazing.
and yeah, let's
I'm
go.
a huge fan.
Oh my God, thank you.
Honor to meet
Give me a
you
hug.
guys. Oh,
Happy Pride.
thank you. Happy Pride to you. I'm actually performing tomorrow here in town.
Oh,
as
are you a drag queen?
Yeah, I am.
Oh my God, love
Yeah.
that. What's your drag name?
My name is Margaret Cynthia Pearl.
I don't really know, but more than I thought initially. Oh my God, I love you. She's so cute. What's your message for the LGBTQ community?
Live life, be happy, and you're the only person worth living for.
Ruby, what do you have to say about Pride? All right. She's a fan. Yeah, she loves it.
And I don't want to see pride flags in like classrooms, and no ill will against you. You two, I hope you have a great night.
What would you say about, like, because you said pride flags in classrooms, but like it's helpful to know that you're accepted.
I think that if kids are bullying another student because of their sexual orientation, then that shouldn't be tolerated in the same way that if students were being bullied because of their height or any other like classification.
Thanks.
Here, like, I hope you have a good night.
Yeah, how did you feel about them like letting in traffic like right behind the parade?
It was very disgusting and very ignorant.
Disrespectful.
I just said, you know, like the other parades, you know, that we have during different times of the year. Traffic is completely blocked off. There's no interruption during the parades. Like, it's just disgusting. It's just no appreciation or no respect.
How does it feel to represent the West Virginia queer community?
Prideful.
Love that.
Very prideful.
Would you say the town is accepting and like just in general, I guess? Oh my God, that's side eye.
Not really. They ain't accepting of gays, blacks, anything. That's for real. And I'm from West Virginia, so.
Wow, okay.
Not from Morgantown, but.
What advice do you have for people who are not accepting?
You don't have to like everything, but you don't have to be mean. And once you get to talking to people, you realize that people are cool. And even though you come from different walks of life, backgrounds, cultures, different things like that, black, white, Puerto Rican, it doesn't matter. People still bleed red. We bleed the same color. We're all come from the same place. And you know what? There's a lot of great people that you're missing out on. So if you don't like them, we will.
And if you don't like them, stay out of the business. You don't have to come here and just protest for nothing. If you don't like it, then stay at your own house and stay where you're at. You don't have to do that. You can do that at your own time. And if you're going to do that, just leave it alone.
That's a sixth grader telling you that.
I think that's all I have. I just want to say I love your eyelashes and your eyeshadow. I'm trying to think of the word.
I did this myself.
Oh my God, you ate, girl.
My name is Jack, and I'm from St. Albans, West Virginia.
Why do you think Pride is so important?
Pride is super important in small places like West Virginia. Like I said, the queer family, we all know each other. Of course, you can go to a big city and see big shows, but it's in your hometown that you find people to connect with and really show our pride out where it needs it most.
What's your favorite part about Pride?
My favorite part? I say the people who all come out and support. It's just amazing, you know. I love seeing everyone's faces.
And what made Morgantown Pride special for you, someone who goes to a bunch of different prides?
Oh, I love this, turning the tables. You know, it was really nice for me because I've never been to like a small pride like this. This is probably the smallest pride I've been to, so it's just, I feel like helps put things in perspective for me. You know, I'm really glad I came because It was really fun. I feel like being the smallest, I felt like I got to really like talk to people more and like get a vibe of the community. And you know, everyone here was super nice. So if you've never been to a small Pride, maybe try and find one near you. Go check it out, go support, because they're the prides that need it the most. Do you hope the Pride event can grow here?
I do. You know, I have seen Pride grow here just in my time in Morgantown. You know, we went from there being no Pride group to we have a full-on nonprofit now. We have a stacked board. We have so many people both in the community and who are allies that show up to our block parties, show up to our parades, that show up to our community events. And that's what we're here for. You know, we are here to build up our community and to create safe spaces for people to live their lives authentically. So I do hope that while we have grown, that we do continue to grow here.
Do you hope this Pride event can grow bigger than it was?
Yes, I do, actually. I was just so disgusted that this only lasted 10 minutes. Like, what the excuse my language. Like, it's any other parade, it's like an hour, candy throwing, kids, blocks full of people. Like, this is like truly like crazy. Like, I expected like to come down here for an whole hour and see a whole lot, and we got traffic coming through the parade.
Yes, I hope the Pride event continues to grow. I think it's important for the community to really experience all different cultures and beliefs, and you know, it takes all kinds. There's a lot that I don't know about people in the community. I'm learning and growing, as I mentioned earlier. You know, full disclosure, I still sometimes struggle with using correct pronouns. It's not anything personal. It's just coming from the area in the state that I come from, and the culture in that area. Fully admit I've made mistakes with that, and I work every day to improve. And I will say that when I have interacted with my trans friends and family, I've had, you know, a good opportunity to learn and grow with them, and they've been very understanding, because just like it's a major change for them, it's also a change for the people around them.
Do you hope this Pride event can grow?
Oh yeah, I think it should, because you know what? We don't have any room to judge anybody. And so if you just live in love, that's all that's supposed to be. All you got to do is be kind, because that's all that God wants from all of us.
Do you have any advice for unaccepting people?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, this is something that I have had to struggle with myself, because as I come from a family that's not the most accepting. I try really hard to meet people who are not accepting of us where they are. I think at the end of the day, it's fear and misunderstanding that's holding them back. And I try to use my privileges, you know, as a white trans Jewish person, to have these hard conversations with these individuals. So I do think we just need to figure out what is the root of their fear and misunderstanding. Why is it that they hold so much hatred towards our community that simply just wants to exist and be loved fully? And these are very hard conversations to have. And sometimes they aren't safe, and sometimes you aren't able to meet that person where they are. But I have found that often if you are able to sit down and really communicate that you are simply another person trying to exist, you are able to build those bridges and to get them to at least understand that we are just your neighbors, we're your coworkers, we're your family members, and we simply want to be able to exist safely and living our most authentic ways.
West Virginians, many of them have very, very strongly held religious beliefs. And I understand that it takes a very long time for people to come around when you've been taught something from the time you were a child. But ultimately, we only improve the state of West Virginia by embracing each other and our differences and recognizing that those differences are beautiful and they're okay. You know, I don't think that someone has to understand to love and value. Those are things we should be doing for everybody, respecting each other as human beings. We're all put on this planet in this fishbowl together. So ultimately, we've got to learn to work and love and grow together.
Do you have any advice or guidance you can offer for LGBTQ youth who might be in a similar situation, living in small towns and just unsure and scared? What would you say to them?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I was that person. I come from a very small town in western West Virginia where I was not supported and it was not safe for me to come out. So there were very many years that I had to live closeted. It wasn't until, I was finally just tired of being in the closet that I find a way to come out safely. It has been a struggle. I'm in my 30s, and it's just now that I'm able to fully live my life authentically and without fear of being who I am. I have a very supportive spouse. I have a beautiful chosen family. Something that I hope that our queer and trans youth can latch onto is hope, because things do get better. I know that's a cliche saying, but even if you are living in a small rural area where there may not be a pride event, or where you're not included and you do have to live in the closet, or you can't be out fully to your loved ones, you're still valid. That's something that I needed to hear growing up. Because I think there's this strange narrative that your experiences as a queer and trans person are only valid if you are fully out. And that's just simply not true. Being queer and trans is not a one-size-fits-all. Everybody's journey is different and each journey is valid. So I just hope that young queer folks hang on and know that things do get better, that you are able to craft your own chosen family. You are able to create a beautiful life for yourself, and to just not give up.